So the first thing we need to do is we need to have in mind what chord note we're in. So if I've got a C chord, I can use that as a chord symbol, or I could write down the notes of the C chord in either octave. Or I could write down the letter names, C, E, G, and I'd know what to be looking out for. So I want these notes to be working with a C chord. So if I start with that note, I know I'm safe because I know that's a C. If you don't know the letter names, then we're going to be struggling a little bit. So I should be able to ring the notes of the melody that are chord notes, and then look at the notes of the melody that aren't chord notes and think, do you know what, that's between the beat, and that's probably going to sound fine, because there is my beat, there is my beat, there is my beat. Also, I've got more chord notes in that bar than I have non-chord notes. If I start to start with some chord notes, non-chord notes, and then have some big leaps. Okay, so where are my chord notes? There's my chord note, and there's my chord note. Let's just tidy that one up a bit. Okay. So in this bar, I've got too many non-chord notes, and they are all on the beat. So I've got bad notes in strong places. Here I've got bad notes in weak places, so that is good. This is going to be bad over a chord of C, because I haven't got enough notes that belong to that. I've got them on strong beats of the bar, and I've got too many of them. So you need to be able to choose your non-chord notes wisely. So I'm going to suggest that the first thing we do when we look at a bar is to identify which the chord notes and the non-chord notes are. So the next thing I'm going to do is put up a little video task for you to do. A task where you have a piece of music paper which you can print out at home, or you could just watch on the screen and write down the notes that are wrong, and create a list of ones that are. So let's say I'm going to now pick a chord of G. Okay, so G, B, and D. The first thing you've got to be able to do is identify the notes of the chord. If you can't do that, you won't know. And then I'm going to write down a little melody. Let's make it a different rhythm for once. Okay, so there's some good things here. That note is a chord note. That note is a chord note. That note is a chord note. But I've got my on the beat notes as being non-chord notes. And that would be a bad melody for that chord. Secondly, I leap away from a bad note to a good note, a non-chord note to a chord note, and I leap away from a non-chord note to another chord note. So I know that's going to sound bad before I even try it. So here it is. There's my chord of G. So the only good thing about that two-bar phrase would be that I do eventually come home to a B, which fits nicely. Now the easiest fix for this, if everything is pretty much wrong, is if I were just to move every single note up to the next note up, I'm probably going to fix most of those problems, and I'll leave that one as a D. So actually, no, I'll take that down to a C. So now I'm trying to think ahead and think I want to get to a chord note there, a B, a G, or a D. And now, by moving those notes to be mainly chord notes, I've got a melody that will work. So I'm going to start on a D now. It all fits, it's a bit too repetitive, so I might want to fit, but that's a different type of problem. So I'm now going to put up a little sheet of a melody with the chords in the left hand, and you're going to try and identify which notes are not chord notes first of all, and then you're going to try and work out why they are bad if they are non-chord notes. Is it because they're on strong beats? Is it because they don't move by step to the right notes?